Hello everyone, this is Flossmas for December 15, 2023. Welcome to another episode. I don't know about you, but this has been a long week already, and I am really looking forward to Friday being over, having the weekend, and sitting down and getting some good stitching in. It's something I've been looking forward to all week, so I hope that you are able to do the same in the midst of all of the holiday preparations and everything that we have to do at this time of year. A little bit of extra stitching. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who recommended a couple of days ago various different versions of the Christmas Carol that I could watch or listen to, so thank you. I have a nice little new list of things that I can do. I might do a couple of those this weekend, but I have to admit I might also just rewatch Muppet Christmas Carol again because it's just a really heartwarming story, and there's just something about that one in particular that I like. But thank you to everybody for making the recommendations and talking about the things that you enjoy about that and all of that. So I am going to launch into the content for the day, and at the end we have a little bit of a pattern parade because I'm going to show you the couple of things that I picked up from the Jingle Ball since they've all arrived, and at this point I have everything, so I thought I would share those. So with that, I will launch in. Today our FFO to share is Baked Goods by Little House Needleworks. This is an older pattern. It's one of the pieces that she produced a number of years ago that were from the Ornament series, and so they were on all kinds of different topics. There would be, I believe, at least a new one every year, and you could collect kind of each of them and stitch them as you wanted to. They were not really on any particular theme or specifically in the same style or shape. It was just something every year that was a new ornament that you could stitch, and I picked up a couple that were some of my favorites, and this is definitely one of them. So this one, of course, is not necessarily Christmas. I think it's very heavily evocative of Christmas. It does have the poinsettia and I think some kind of baked goods that we might have at this time of year, but this is also one that I tend to leave up during the winter season when I switch out most of my other Christmas displays because it can be just a little bit of all season too. So I did finish it pretty simply as a little pillow, as you can see. And the regular way in which you kind of make a cut in the back and then seal it back up. And I used a couple of different fabrics that I really liked that I thought went with it. And I added this little ribbon on the side, and I kind of ruched it up just a little bit so it had some extra texture. And I think that that might be my favorite element. I felt like that ribbon really went with the colors of the piece in particular. So one that goes up in my craft room each year, and I enjoy seeing that and getting to have it out for not just the Christmas season, but in part of the winter too, because it's such a wonderful set of colors. So that is our FFO for the day. For the piece that I want to stitch, I will apologize in advance because, excuse me, this is still an exclusive piece. This was one that was released in the Crazy Annie's Christmas box this past summer. So I assume that it will be released to everybody in a couple of more months. But for now, I believe that it is only available for people who got copies of that box. But again, I assume it will be released more widely very shortly. And that is Nordic Ornament Tree by Tiny Modernist. And Cheryl has really been getting in big on this kind of mid-century modern classic style of ornaments and Christmas displays. There are several patterns that she has in that style. And so this is one that I received, and I really love the colors of it. I like the Christmas tree shape of it. And I had bought it and I set it aside thinking, okay, I'm definitely going to stitch that one at some point in the future. But I had a little bit of a moment of going, oh my goodness, I know exactly how I want to finish this one. And so now I'm just like chomping at the bit to get started on it. My guess is I probably won't actually get started on it this year. We'll see. There are a couple of other pieces I would really like to actually finish this year. But if I'm somehow able to manage it, maybe I'll just start it just to get it started and go from there. But anyway, definitely excited about doing that. So, and like I said, it's because I think I've come up with a really great fully finished idea for this one. And let me show you that. This is something that I picked up at, I don't know, Joanne Michaels a season or two ago. And I originally thought these little balls in the center, they're just little kind of like soft cotton balls. And I was like, those are probably really ugly. What I'll do is I'll take them off and I'll just resand and I can repaint it, and then I'll have this wonderful Christmas frame and I can hang something. and I've set it in my craft closet, and it's been waiting for the right piece, and I kind of forgot about it. And then I was going in there recently and I found it again, and I thought, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this. And then I went, oh, I have that tiny Modernist piece and it's shaped like a tree. That would be great. And then I thought, okay, I was looking at the insides and thinking about how to take it out. And then I went, wait a second. Those are almost exactly the same colors as in the piece, like very, very close to the exact same colors. And so I realized I can just finish this one and do kind of a flat finish and probably just back it with fabric or something like that. And then I could actually hang it from the top here and leave these, and they'll kind of just be there in the background as some extra elements, and I won't have to take them out. I won't have to do anything. It will just give the whole piece a little bit of extra texture, and it will basically just be perfect in terms of color and style. I do need to do the measurements just to make sure what size fabric I need and exactly how I will plan on hanging it, but I think that's going to be perfect. Like, it's wonderful when you buy something and then suddenly it connects with another piece and it turns into this perfect finish idea. So I'm really excited about that. I may need to go in and make just a couple of changes to the colors here to tweak them ever so slightly just so that they match, but even so, I think I could say they're very close and actually could probably work just as charted too. So I think that's really fun, and I think that this will fit that style as well too. So like I said, I'm resisting the urge right now to get started on it because I do have a couple other pieces I want to get done, but I don't know. My resistance is weak these days. We'll see how it goes, but I'm excited about that. The next thing I want to show you is, of course, an update on our daily advent calendar that we're working on together. And this is our day 15. And this was one I mentioned yesterday. This is the one change that I have made to the pattern. It originally has a Christmas tree there, and I am moving that to the 24 block because the 24 block had a little Santa that I decided I wasn't going to use. And so I went into the pattern in my booklet. There are several other patterns in this booklet as well for very small advent pieces. And so I just took a couple of elements from another one of the patterns. And so I took this little garland and then I added the hanging stocking there. So I think it's really sweet, and I like it because it's kind of right in the center there, and I think it fits really well. But again, just so pleased and enjoying this one. It's just a quick little stitch. I get to just kind of work through on the outline of the stamp because it's very repetitious, and then do the little inside pieces. So again, I'm really enjoying this. I have had a couple of questions about if I know how I'm going to finish this. I do. I think I know exactly how I'm going to finish it, but I'm keeping it a bit of a secret. I'll share that in my last video, and there'll be an opportunity for you to make some guesses too as we close them out. So more to come on that soon. And then the next thing we have, of course, is the 2 advent calendars that we're opening up together. And I will start with the Historical Sampler Company today. Oh, very cute. That is just some little Santa and Christmas tree washi tape. That's really cute in those kind of mid-century colors too. Like, could I use that on my new project? We'll see. That's really cute. So we got a little bit of washi tape. And then for our Tom and Lily threads, we have our little envelope. Oh, got some more tea today. So this is some turmeric. That'll be a great one to have. And then, oh, very beautiful aubergine, which is eggplant. Really beautiful eggplant purple. So that is going to be a great one to stitch. I think I say that every day. I have just been so pleased with the colors in this collection. They are gorgeous, can be used year round on all kinds of different pieces. So I am looking forward to having those in my stash and in projects that I can start using. So that is our kind of daily stuff for the day. At this point, like I said, I'm just going to do a little bit of a pattern parade and show you the patterns that I purchased from the Jingle Ball. Some of them are the exclusives from this year, some of them were not, but I just had an opportunity to pick them up and did so. And a couple of them I wasn't able to buy the print copy, so I printed them out. I do tend to prefer print patterns, but honestly, they all work. So whatever works and whatever you can purchase. So I will just show you those. The first thing I bought was, of course, the Ornament book, and this is one of the exclusives of the Jingle Ball. Each of the designers who participate also include an exclusive ornament, which will be released in the future. So on the cover here, we have hands-on design. A couple of my other favorites are the Satsuma Street bird. It has a little Jingle Ball bell in the center. I really love this like cat by Lindy Stitches, who's just like, why am I awake in the middle of the night? I think my favorite is actually this, I think it's a fox with a cracker by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. They're a little bit hit or miss for me in terms of like matching my personal style, but I think that one is just really cute, and I love the exploding cracker. So those were just a couple that I liked from the Ornament book. The next thing I did is I took the opportunity to buy a couple of Satsuma Street kits, because I have started collecting just a couple of her ornaments for the 12 Days of Christmas. She has been releasing one each year as part of a set, so you can actually see just a few of the others that she's released. So far I had only seen the set for this year sold as a set, and I really just wanted this one out of the four. They're all cute, but I figure I'm trying to be good and really focusing on stuff I really want to stitch right away. So I had the opportunity, she was selling them as individual kits, and so I went ahead and bought the 4 Calling Birds, which is the release from this year. So, and as I said, it's got the full kit there. I think this one is just really funny, so I like that. I like that they're not quite when you get it, you're like, oh, right, I understand. But you don't automatically look at it and think 12 Days of Christmas. And since I was doing that, I also bought the French hen from last year. Again, another kit. I think that one's really funny. So I picked up those 2 from Satsuma Street. One of the pieces that I'm trying to finish this year is a Satsuma Street piece. And so that one I definitely want to try and get done this year. I'm 2/3 of the way done, but hopefully we'll get that one done, and then maybe I can think about doing those. I also bought a couple pieces from Hands-On Design. This was the exclusive this year from her shop, which is All Is Bright. And again, it's another one of those mid-century modern kind of patterns. Definitely one that you could stitch the entire thing. You could stitch just a few elements out of it, swap things around, and really great color palette. So I picked up that one. I also picked up her Bit of Joy and a Lot of Joy. And so there's this pattern which has a very large word of joy and a few little things in there. And then I picked up Little Bit of Joy, in which joy is very tiny. And so I like those 2 as a set. I like the idea of stitching them on red, so those are some future projects to do. I was able to purchase from Hello from Liz Matthews. This is Humbug, and this is a piece that was released as part of a box, I think a year ago, maybe 2 years, but I think it was a year ago, and this was part of one of their exclusive sets, and so it's finally been released to the rest of us, and I like that one. It's just a very simple and Christmas carol, so what more can you like? I also picked up a pattern that is not quite ready to show. And then I have 2 others from Tiny Modernist. This is actually from last year's Jingle Ball. I believe this was the exclusive, and this has now been released. And I really love that you could stitch just a couple of those as very small things, even maybe on perforated paper or in some other way. So that was actually last year's Jingle Ball, but I thought I would throw it in since I'm showing a couple of her patterns. And then I also picked up her version of the 12 Christmas Carols. And so this one has just little scenes from famous Christmas carols. And this is another one where you could easily just stitch them as smalls and finish them in a variety of ways. So a couple of those are some favorites. I probably won't stitch the entire series, but definitely a few of those. I like this kind of mid-century modern Deck the Halls. I like Not a Creature Was Stirring with just the chimney and the stockings. So another one that's really versatile in terms of what you have and something that you can choose and individualize for yourself. So those were the couple of things that I picked up from the Jingle Ball. I hope that you have a wonderful day today. Happy Friday. We are almost to the weekend, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.